let's talk about regrets. This is something I don't get to talk about often, but one of my biggest regrets is that when I was younger, I really had an avoidance to listening to people with knowledge and expertise, people who absolutely knew what the hell they were talking about. I did not listen to them because I thought I knew everything. I thought that I could do everything alone. I thought that basically I was that guy and I didn't need no help. But looking back now, I'm like, I would be a multi-millionaire had I listened to some of the people. I just recently was talking to a friend about how when I was in my early 20s, people were talking about you should get a Bitcoin. And I didn't really understand investing. Like, I did not grow up in a family that talked about investing. Like, I had no knowledge of that. I dropped out of high school when I was 16 years old. I could barely read or write. Like, I didn't know anything about investing. And yet, I could have invested and bought me a few coins. Like, I could have. I had the money. I could earn the money. I could earn $100 and buy some coins. Like, that was nothing. But the idea that 20 years later, if I would have done that, I would be a multi-millionaire. A multi-millionaire. It just reminds me again about what happens when you don't humble yourself to sit at the helm of the experts. If you really put thought into it, Beyonce has a vocal coach, even though she's a phenomenal vocalist, right? She also has a choreographer, someone who teaches her the dances, even though she's a phenomenal dancer. You think about Oprah, she has a financial advisor, right? She has tons of mentors. She still sits at the foot of mentorship and people who can advise her, like Maya Angelou. If you think about LeBron James, he has a coach. Michael Jordan has a coach. People, even when they master a skill, they still have coaches. They have mentors and they listen to the people who've been trained, who has the expertise, the education, the acuity, the acumen, whatever you want to call it. But they know that they should sit and listen to an advisor. I think this is so important, and this is something that's missing in our generation, is that we think we know everything, and the things that we don't know, we think we can go watch YouTube to figure it out, or that we can go Google, or we can go ask AI for the answers. Those things are all true, but there's nothing like practical application. There's nothing like one-on-one mentorship. There's nothing like being advised by someone who is a vetted professional. And I say that not to just promote my business as a vetted professional, but I say it to say, like, the only reason my life changed is because I've had mentors and I've been to all of the mentorship programs that you can think of over the last decade of my life. And I still have a mentor. I still have advisors. I still have people. Even in school, like, I have college advisors. Like, I'm constantly sitting with people who can show me how to streamline my life and get to the success that I'm seeking and get there fast. So stop avoiding it. The best investment that you can make is by spending your money on yourself for your education and your acumen and your experience. That's where you're going to see the biggest return of investment. It's not going to be sitting there watching YouTube or sitting there reading articles. That stuff is only surface. When you have someone who can come into your life one on one and help you to transform your life, that's when you're going to see the biggest change in your life. So, anyways. Hit me up, hit the plus, hit the link. I really am looking for my group of people who are ready to go to the next level. What I'm gifted at is helping you to unlock your brand's identity, to tell your story, and to perform and to make an abundance. That's what I do. Okay? Anyways, I love you guys, and remember this, do not get stuck.